Welcome to the CNA Podcast, previously known as the Christian and the Atheist Podcast.
I'm Kathleen, a former Mormon, now atheist.
And I'm Aubrie, a former Christian, now Unitarian Universalist.
Join us as we navigate through discussions that may challenge your beliefs, broaden your perspective, and perhaps even bring a smile to your face.
Sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Coming up on the CNA Podcast.
Are you okay?
Yes. Was I? No. I felt really unsettled and very regretful that in an emotional state I said, let's move out of Oklahoma and try something new. And I was
overwhelmed.
Why did I do that?
Yeah. You texted me and you were just the text read something like, I am getting major cold feet. I am so not happy about this decision, but there's no backing out. What have we done? Blah, blah, blah.
Maybe I'm the asshole.
Maybe. I don't know. Have you ever considered that you're the asshole?
This whole time I thought you were the asshole.
I really am. Welcome to the CNA Podcast Morning Show, where we let you know what's going on in our lives right now.
Oh my God, we're back.
It's been a minute.
Are we going to be back for normal, scheduled programming? No. But I don't know when that will ever happen again. Will we go back to that?
Maybe someday. Life is crazy. Who knows what's happening in the future?
Signs are pointing to no right now. So anyways, if you have been living under a rock, I'm moving. Moving to Illinois.
Yes.
My husband got a job in Chicago. We are currently located in Oklahoma. Cute, right? So you went to Chicago last time we talked to you.
Uh-huh.
I have now been on a trip to Chicago, found a house, sold my house, and, other stuff. So let's just dive into what all this is.
That's a lot to have done in this space of it's been a month.
No, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yes. Was I? No. So it was okay, so we had no idea where we were going to live.
Yeah.
We put the house on the market, but last week, y'all heard update-wise, we were getting ready to put the house on the market. It wasn't even on the market. We had to wait till April because we were just we don't want it to sell too quickly or whatever.
Because you guys can't actually leave till
the end of May.
Yeah.
Almost June. Yeah. And I'm oh God, how are we going to do this? How
you don't want to sell your house January 1st and then have to be on the streets till May.
Right. But you can sign it, make a contract where you're not out till you need to be out. But you have to find the perfect buyer for that. So.
Makes things a little more difficult.
Yeah. So last week. 2 weeks? No, maybe it has been 3 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, I was in Chicago with Frank. We literally stayed 6 days. And so I'll just kind of start from there. So the house had been on the market for 10 days when we got to Chicago. So we fly in. I'm not really a good traveler. Not really ever been, I'm not chatty Cathy having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm just get me. I need to, I've missed my flights so many times.
I was about to say, last time you traveled, you had to sprint across an airport because you were in the wrong
I'm
gate.
Getting to that, freaked out person who's I'm going to fuck this up.
Yeah, and you did.
I'm nervous, and I've done it. I have done the fuck-ups.
You're not nervous for no reason. You have past experience.
So I had Frank with me this time.
Yes.
And he was going to work the whole week in Chicago. We were going to do 3 days in Chicago, 3 days in Naperville, and look around the area, get a feel for things.
Right.
He's going to get used to his new job, learn, train, all the things. We were going to commute in those last 3 days to see what that's like.
Right.
And then, I was going to drive around and look at locations, but we weren't really, the house hadn't sold yet.
Right.
The house is still on the market. We hadn't had any offers.
And if people aren't remembering, you were waiting, basically what your budget and future plans for buying a house was contingent upon what your house sold for.
Exactly.
It's not you could go put a down payment on someplace till your house is selling.
Yeah, we don't, and then when you're selling a house and then you go to buy a house, you have to show that your house is contingent,
right,
or sold,
right,
or whatever, I don't know. So we get into Chicago, fly into Chicago. We get the rental car, and we're like, okay, let's drive around the suburbs and look at the towns and see what we think. We're driving around. I traveled all day. It was like, it wasn't stressful in the sense of I didn't know how to do it. It's just like...
Traveling is stressful. Airports suck.
It's a lot. It takes a lot out of my brain.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're in a room full of people talking the whole day, and then you're like, I want to go home and not talk.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I want to not do anything. Now we're looking at, like, the location of our future, like...
Your future.
House, whatever, how, like, living. And I was looking around like, oh, my God. Nothing looked bad.
Yeah.
But I was like, we're leaving our family, which they're 2 hours away. We're leaving our friends that you and the ones that are close. Like, I don't know if I can do this.
Right.
But there's no, I don't know if I can do this. You're f***ing doing this.
Yeah, there's no backing out now.
You can't not.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was such a heavy feeling.
Yeah.
I felt like really just unsettled and very, like, regretful that in an emotional state, I said, let's move out of Oklahoma and try something new. And I was
overwhelmed.
Like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Because I was the one who said, okay, let's do this. Because Frank was, like, always wanting to. And I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
After we were done, like, driving around and we drove home, like, back into Chicago, got to our hotel. And I think the hotel was a big factor in my discomfort as well. And I'll tell you more in a second.
Yeah.
So we get there and I'm, like, quiet the entire time, just driving up. I'm just like, I'm so done with the day. And I think travel came to that. And he's like, we need to figure this out. What we need to think about, why don't we just come up here and rent for a year and then figure out where we want to live? Because we're just, like, throwing a stone and hoping it lands in a good place.
Calm down.
And then he's like, and I'm like, but, like, that's another switch of schools.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he's, like, so Frank starts talking about, like, all these aspects of, like, maybe renting to look around. And it was just a lot of technical talk of what our options were. And it flooded my sweet, delicate, sensitive brain.
Your lady brain couldn't talk money.
Shut up. Yes, it was in a place
in an airport all day.
And so I was like, I can't. And so that was kind of, it didn't, like, affect him in a way where he was, like, pissy to me. He's like, are you not able to, like, figure this out right now? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, this is, like, you know, when you're overstimulated by something and you can't function properly, and to have a big conversation with you is just not a thing. Yeah. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm overstimulated, but not not because of overstimulation.
Right.
It's like
overwhelmed.
My brain is not at full capacity. And so then we get to the hotel, and the hotel we're staying in is the hotel that the company Frank works for kind of puts them in. Yeah. So we didn't pay for this, by the way. This is a company trip, and I got to stay. Yeah. And so it was the Trump International Hotel. Barf. In Chicago. And, like, hear me out. Trump didn't build this. He bought it. Cool? Yeah. So he didn't build it. It wasn't his design. But
it's a nice hotel.
It is.
I've seen it. We didn't stay there. We walked, nice. But we looked at it.
Did you go inside?
No.
Okay, it is.
We walked near it.
It is
when
luxury.
We were there.
It's a luxury hotel. Yeah. It's luxury to the nines. I'm like, I don't care what it is. It's Donald Trump's name. Yeah, no thanks. His name is everywhere. Yeah. I was like, I can't do this. I can't wear a robe. There was robes, by the way.
That's really nice.
With his name on it.
Gross.
I can't have a cup next to me where the coaster has his name on it.
Yeah, that would throw off my brain too. I feel like that was just,
like, call me petty, but I'm also just like, just think of, like, staying in, like, Hitler's hotel.
Yeah. No.
I mean, different like, it's gross. It's a gross idea, right? Trump's not Hitler, but he's not, like, a good person. Yeah. I've heard him talk about things, and I don't like it.
It's the same. It's the same. Like, it's the same feeling people get when they're like, "Yeah, I don't listen to R. Kelly anymore because he was gross," and I realized that.
That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one.
It's
where
that type of thing. Like,
he's not here.
Yeah,
he's not in this building. I'm not, like, meeting him.
Gross.
Ugh. Anyways,
But it's still, yeah.
So I feel like that affected the day, and we were there for 3 days. It's lovely. It's a beautiful hotel.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a good time being had. So I'm trying not to make this long. So I did want to tell this hilarious story. So I get to the hotel. Frank goes to the bathroom and takes a shower, and I text you.
Yeah.
And I call my other best friend. I was like,
Help!
I made a big mistake.
You texted me and you were just like, the text read something like, I am getting major cold feet. I am so not happy about this decision,
Yeah.
but there's no backing out. What have we done? Blah, blah, blah.
I was like, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm going to text you. I don't need you to, like, this isn't one of those, I'm going to keep back and forthing with you.
Yes.
It was a quick, like, I'm telling you this.
Here's my feelings, bye. Yeah.
I'll tell you more later, is what I think I said.
You did. You said, like,
Yeah.
you basically said, we just got here. I am not having fun. I am, way overwhelmed. Everything sucks. I'll talk to you later. I was like, eesh.
And
yikes.
you replied so sweet. You're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I felt bad.
Everything will be okay. And I was like, yeah, sure.
It will.
And then I called Ashley and was like, oh no. So then Frank gets out of the shower, and he's like, what's going on? And I was like, he was kind of feeling it too. I was like, I feel like this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable with us moving. And he's like, yeah, I'm really sad about leaving my parents.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I shouldn't have done this because I'm, like, going to be this far away from my parents. And he's like, we can't really back out. We can't change our minds. Like, this is already done.
The job has already been switched. It's not like he's can go.
Literally not in Oklahoma anymore.
Yes.
Working.
It's not like if it were just the house, you could take the house off the market and be like, never mind.
Yeah.
Repaint your walls. But like,
it's crazy. It was
but like his job has already, the job he had in Oklahoma is gone. And the job he has in Chicago is now the job he has.
That's our life now.
And so it's not like you can be like.
It's not remote. It's
take taxis. They don't do that in real life jobs. That's not a thing.
So he's like, okay, well, let's go to the bar.
Yeah,
I'm like,
absolutely.
Let's go to the bar. And he's like, I'm gonna
correct.
We're gonna
decision.
buy a drink. And I was like, okay, so I get the cutest little purple drink, and it's got a flower in it. It was stupid expensive.
Yeah, of course
it was probably $20.
Probably in the Trump Hotel. No joke.
No, I took a picture of one of the receipts. So we ended up taking 2 shots each of tequila. 808.
Yeah.
It's like smooth.
Yeah.
And then we did another different tequila brand, and I was like, that's shit. That's not good.
I don't think I've ever had her tequila. I'm gonna have to go try it.
It's so smooth. It's okay.
Really?
It's too easy to drink. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you need something that's easy.
Brandon doesn't like tequila. Yeah. I do, but I don't like vodka, and he does. So we both like rum. So we tend to we like to kind of like, I don't know, like if we're drinking together at home, at least we like to do the same thing, and we keep make sure we're on this. That way nobody's
and you're the one who's like, I feel nothing, and he's like, oh, fucked up.
Yes,
that's where you and Frank are on the same level, and me and Brandon are lightweights.
Yes,
which is crazy to me because the body.
You would look at Brandon and I, and you would think that I would be the lightweight, and he would not. But I can drink him under the table any day of the week.
That's so Frank. So foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So we drink one fancy drink. Then we take a shot of. He's like, let's do a tequila shot. And I was like, okay. So we get a shot of tequila.
Keep in mind, your fancy drink probably has 2 shots in it. So you're 12 shots in.
Oh, it was a small one. It wasn't it was okay. So it had
it's in a bar, so it's probably watered down.
Fair. It probably had 2 shots in it, and then what the little cups they gave us, or the shot glasses they gave us, had stems.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
Oh, fancy stemmed shots.
I don't have this. Frank's always like, just open your throat and chug.
Yeah, that's not a thing. I can't do that.
That's silly. I couldn't open my throat and chug this
First of all, that's what she said. Also, let's move on.
Amen. And so, and he was happy about it. So anyways, I can do many a things with this throat.
Sorry, Mom. This episode is not for you.
But taking chugging isn't one of them.
Yep.
I'm like, fill my mouth up and swallow, and then take another drink. I can't I could probably chug water, but if it's
You
like,
could chug water. I can do like a shot, a single one, but that's the most that I
this
can
was-
swallow in one. And it is most of the time I feel like I'm gonna choke. Like it's too
right,
much.
it's a lot. So this one I couldn't
hate
just like
shots.
throw this whole thing back.
Yeah.
I had to like do as much as I could and then add like finish it off.
Yeah.
So however much that was, and then we had another later, and so like 5 maybe 10 minutes later,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm
You're
feeling
falling out of
better.
it. Yeah.
And he's like, well, let's have another. And I was like, Frank, you work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're a big boy now. You can't show up to your job smelling like tequila.
You can't show up the first day working in Chicago. Hey everyone, nice to meet you. I'm still drunk.
Anyway, so he's all like, okay, fine. So we get the check, and it was over $100.
Yeah.
And I was like, for just 4 shots?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We leave, and I told him, I'm feeling I'm feeling it. Whereas when when I was drinking the fruity drink, I was like, I don't feel anything. And then he's like, well, let's do tequila shots. And then I was like, okay, I'm
now you
officially
are.
feeling things. He's
You
like, let's
are-
take another. And
You
I was
are
like,
very much a lightweight. I've been
But it, like-
went to restaurants with you before.
so funny how it
where
hits me.
you're completely normal, drunk. And like there is no in between. You're like,
a minute,
I'm
I wasn't
totally
drunk.
fine.
I'll say
I'm
this.
totally fine. I'm a little happy. I'm a little
feeling it.
smiley, and then you can't walk. 20 seconds later.
Yeah, we're in the hotel. I'm feeling it. I'm like not drunk.
Yeah.
I'm super close. Oh, maybe no. I think I'm there.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I've peaked.
Yeah.
I thought I had peaked. So we're like, I was like, let's go check out the spa.
No,
Because we were on the spa floor. And the pool and the fitness center. And so it's all on the same floor as our thing. I was like, it's not that far of a walk.
Yeah.
And we can get back to the room. And so you have to like sign in.
Yeah.
And it's like it's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
By the way. And there's still a person that has to have these. They had to check and make sure we were part of the hotel
You guys were
resident
drunk.
people. And I was like, here's our key. Like, let us in, dude. And so they're like, okay, the women's locker rooms are here, the men's are there, and that's how you get to the pool. And we couldn't be together. We had to go separate. I was like, and this locker room had like multiple chairs, and you're sitting in front of vanity with all the fancy lights, and it had like Q-tips, it had brushes that you take with you. They're like,
Yeah, you don't want to share anybody's brush.
and there's like lotion that you take with you, like not like the small travel size like hotel stuff. It's like
Fancy.
nice.
Fancy stuff.
It's like perfume. I was like, what in God's name? And there was a sauna, and I'd never had time to go to it because I was busy. But
You didn't want to do that while you were drunk.
no, I didn't have the right clothes on.
No.
I would have died. I would have died.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then I finally find the door to the pool. Get to the pool. I sit down. I'm waiting for Frank. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I did not peak. I am still getting more and more drunk.
Yeah.
Like, it's still getting, like,
It's pumping through your
It was
system.
getting so crazy. So me and Frank end up leaving the pool, walking through the fitness center. People are working out at late at night.
Yeah, what are you all doing?
What are y'all doing? And I'm like,
We're like drunk in jeans walking through the gym. What are you doing?
right. And what's funny is there's like, because of the way it's like think of a skyscraper, the way they have to like, you have to turn, there's lots of turns.
Yeah.
Because it's not like
It's maze-like.
spread out.
Yeah.
Because it's a small building. Well, it's a big ass building, but it's not.
But everything's on one floor and then you go up and up and up.
Yeah. Anyway, so I get there, we're walking around, but in every turn there is a water dispenser with cups, and you can get flavored
You're
water. And I was like,
just
I'm
chugging.
chugging as much. I was like, I'm getting so drunk, and I'm thinking, oh, water will help me. 'Cause
Not
I'm
now.
I'm that girl.
Not
The
anymore.
water will take the edge off.
It won't. I
And
mean,
I was
eventually you'll be fine, but not right now.
But thank God for drinking all that water.
Yeah, good
So I'm
job.
drinking. And they're small cups, whatever. I kept refilling it and cracking up. I'm like, let me try this flavor, because there's so many different flavors. And then I'm like, Frank, and I'm looking at him. We still have to walk past that lady at the front. And I don't know if I can. And I was like, act normal. And he's like cracking up at me.
Because he's still sober. You're the one who's not acting normal.
But he's looking at me like, how are you so far in? And I'm over here like, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. So we had to walk. So we started walking past the lady. I was like, oh my God, I felt crazy. I was like, this feels so weird. So we finally get to our room and we're cracking up laughing. I was like, I feel better.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't feel nothing. And starts drinking from the minibar.
Oh my God. Talk about expensive.
I know. Silly goose.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't even brush my Invisalign retainers. You're going to have to brush these for me. I can't get dressed. You're going to have to undress, like, take off my shoes.
Oh, I don't want to ever really drink with you.
I know.
Not, I don't mean that disparagingly against you.
I'm not well. Like, I wasn't like, I'm not going to puke.
I'm like, Frank, where that's my, like
nightmare? Yeah.
No. Like, that's 4 shots and a
2 shots, by the way. 4 shots between the 2 of us.
2 shots and a watered down cocktail is like I'm still sober. I mean, like, blood alcohol level, I shouldn't drive and all that, and I don't. But, like,
you can function. You can take your shoes off. You can brush your teeth. I couldn't.
I could talk to people.
Like, I might fall off the bed, and I'm in the middle, like, and it's a big bed. I'm not falling off.
The room's spinning, and you're like, oh no,
I'm so heavy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he brushed my Invisalign for me.
Yeah.
Drank a I don't know what is that? A Bloody Mary, and
from the minibar.
I was like, I couldn't drink that. I would die.
You would have actually passed away.
Do people I'm just saying, okay, I think I've been 5 shots in and I literally got paranoia. Like, I'm going to fly off, like spin off of the planet into outer space. My brain went there.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds so dumb, but I believed it.
Yeah. I mean, if you get drunk enough, it's like any other substance.
At what point does a person like me die? Like, how do you people, and your freaking Irish livers not? So anyways, the next day comes around. Well, I wake up early AF every day of this trip because I don't have my pillow. It's like my comfort thing. Like, my body needs my pillow.
I am with you.
So I don't sleep well, whatever. I do remember laying in bed and Frank, oh my God, it was the sweetest thing. He's like, I'm laying there and I was like, I can't, like, he's like, I want to snuggle. So we snuggle. We're not going to get freaky. I couldn't, like.
You're still drunk.
I would be the most unexciting person. It'd be like, some weird.
Starfish.
Not fun thing.
Yeah.
You got me into weird shit to be wanting to do a girl like that. Like, that's crazy.
What are we talking about?
Maybe I could have made it work if the will was there. It was not.
Yeah.
So he's like, let's snuggle. So he snuggled up next to me. That's the last thing I remember. Next day rolls around. He wakes up. He's hungover and I'm cold. It's like, if I was at home, I would not go anywhere.
Oh my God, Frank. Happy first day work.
And I'm like it's a 30-minute walk to your work.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to walk it off, baby. But like, I got such energy off of like knowing I'm gonna walk with him to work in downtown Chicago.
Yeah, that's fun.
It was so fun. So I get him there and he's like, I just still feel bad, like, about the move and stuff. And I was like, I'm ready to move here. Let's go.
Yeah.
So something flipped.
Yeah.
So, but it was funny because nighttime would come and I'd be like, listen, I don't want to do it anymore again. Mm-hmm. And then, like, so the second night we got a text from a realtor, your house is sold, or got an offer. Do you guys want to accept it? We looked at the offer. Is everything we wanted? And we say, yeah. They wanted my refrigerator. I said, no, you can't have my refrigerator.
Yeah.
And my realtor and Frank were both like, why not?
I don't
want to buy another refrigerator. It was so funny.
You wouldn't have to move the fridge.
And that's what she said. And I said, I don't care. I want my fridge. You know how much fridges are?
Like $2,000. Yeah, we bought one.
I'm not trying to buy a $2,000. It's free. I got it. It's been going for years.
Oh my God.
She's good. Anyways, we got the house offer, accepted the offer from the people. And then I contacted the realtor we were working with. Mm-hmm. And the next day we were looking at houses. And then Frank went the following day and we found a house.
Yeah.
And put an offer in. So we were glad to find a house that we liked.
Yeah.
One that I'm proud to like move into and like feel comfortable with it. And see, I don't know, I had like anxiety about buying a house that was shitty.
Yeah.
And
you don't want to downgrade. Your house is nice. The house you live in here is very nice. It's pretty.
Comfortable. It's new-ish. You know, we built it.
Yeah.
So this one's like built same year as our current house.
It doesn't have problems that old houses have.
There's no gonna be like foundation problem surprises.
Right. You're not gonna move in. You're not gonna move in and be trying to change light fixtures and have all the fuse boxes explode and you have to replace them 2 weeks into moving in, which is what we did.
I'm sorry. Anyways,
older houses have quirks that yours doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Frank. Like, remember, you had to replace your freaking air conditioning.
Yes.
That's one of the things. And your, like, stuff wasn't draining or something.
Yep. We had to replace. We've had to do, because my house is not by any means. It was built in like nice, 1994. But it does have
stuff it needed taken care of. And it's
and it still does. We have a list of things that in the future, like this is broken and needs to be fixed, and this is needing to replace, and blah blah blah. But whatever.
Towards the end of the trip, I was like, I'm good. I think I can do this.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure if we were going to get the house that we put the offer in, but like a week later, we were like locked in.
Nice. So your house is pending here in Owasso.
So moving date, we're leaving, or we cannot be in this house after the 23rd of May.
Okay. And you're moving,
and then the
house you want. Like, honestly, for how quick everything went, it went well.
It went very well.
Sold everything how much you wanted fast.
I
bought like, something that you liked quickly with, like, they were annoying, but minimal stress.
I think the storm was before all that. And now we're out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
The unknown was the storm.
The worst is over.
And I think we now know where we're going. We know the house. We know the area. We're looking, like, the schools. We already knew what kind of school, like, it was good schools. But now we're looking at, like, extracurriculars and all that jazz. So it's like, okay.
You're doing
I think I can do this.
Yeah.
So I had a whole week. And we're actually talking. We're, like, doing podcast shit. You and me. And so this is part of that week. And so I have been editing with episodes. We did an episode with a guest.
Yeah.
So long ago that has not dropped, needed edited. I think it's still
over a
season
year.
2.
Yeah, it was a very long time ago.
I was still going to Life Church.
Yeah.
That's how long ago it was.
We have episodes that we've recorded over months and months and months and months ago that they've never fit into the schedule, or we've been like, oh, that one needs to go here, no one needs to go there, things get switched around.
Yeah, so we had quite a situation, and there were 2 people that I fully edited their episodes, and they're both Christian. And I was also Christian. Well, one of them I was like not anymore.
But you were in either Christian or beginning of the deconstruction process.
Well, like beginning of, I was definitely foot out the door, or both feet out the door, but still very much like having to figure that out.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Whereas I'm like a little more settled.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's so weird listening to it. How the fuck with your brain, your atheist ass brain, are you like listening to these people say something and you're like, that is so weird. As hearing a Christian say something and you're like, that's a weird thing to say. And it's not anything to these guests. What they're saying isn't weird. No. It's just a Christian statement.
Well, I think no longer relevant. The reason it's because, 2 things. Number 1, it's been so many years since I went through this process that for me, it's like talking to a middle schooler about middle school problems. I'm like, yes, I remember that problem. I remember that.
That's a good example.
It doesn't, like, it's not deeply personal right now like it was. You know what I mean? Well, it's like, things that Christians say. Stuff like, oh, the Lord has a plan. When things go bad, it's the Lord's plan, and that's
and then we're things not meant were really to know. Shitty, and now they're good, and God is good, and that's God.
It's
and
like, I'm like, it's like the people who
I don't know about that anymore.
You see, like a natural disaster, and people are like, the only thing in my house that didn't get blown away by the tornado was my Bible. Isn't that God? And everybody's like, oh my God, praise Jesus, Jesus loves you. And I'm like, no, if he did, your house would still be there, Martha.
But you're over here like, oh wow, that's so cool, your Bible's there. That's how you talk to these
Yes,
people.
because I'm not a dick.
My mistake.
No, it's I recognize that my
True,
belief
I get it.
system is not everybody's. And I have to
yeah.
think that. In my brain, I'm often going, oh, I disagree. But my job is to let them say their piece
Yeah.
and not,
And I guess,
cut them down, because it's not going to do anybody any good.
and to be honest, we did create a podcast together to show that we could be respectful to other
Exactly.
belief systems. I'm
So-
just like having to like fix my brain around these things.
It is, I think part of the reason it comes easier is because I'm so far removed from it that it is
Maybe.
like, it's talking
Maybe
to...
I'm the asshole.
Maybe, I don't know. Have you ever considered that you're
This
the
whole
asshole?
time I thought you were the asshole.
I really am. Typically, it is me.
Am I? That's so funny. I was
the
the
two of
Christian
us,
who was good and
I
you
think
were not.
it's me.
Isn't that funny to think about? Like, you kind of like put that connotation of good
Yeah.
and bad.
Yeah.
Christian, atheist, good, bad. Like, what?
Yeah, people do that.
Isn't that so ill? Like, I'm like, oh, girl, your brain needs some work. And so lastly, I want to advocate for my ADHD babies. So I recently went to the doctor, was just needing a checkup or whatever. And my doctor saw is a new doctor, by the way. Because mine, like, decided to go do bigger, better things. I don't know if that's a thing as a doctor, but whatever. He's not there anymore. And so this new guy's like, I see on here you're diagnosed ADHD. Why aren't you taking your medicine? And I was like, because my said doctor told me I had to go to a psychiatrist to get my medicine filled.
Right.
And that's all the way in Tulsa. And I did that for a while, and then I couldn't.
Yeah.
I have ADHD. Like, that's a lot of steps.
ADHD requires me to have this medicine.
My medicine
in order
ran
to
out.
do this, I have to do things that my ADHD will not allow me to do. So I can't do that.
So he's like,
Driving to Tulsa to make an appointment every month to get a new prescription, to then drive back to Tulsa to make it. That sounds
like
terrible.
It's stupid.
I don't even have ADHD, and I probably wouldn't
It was
do
a
that.
lot, and you have to go in every so often
Yeah.
and get a checkup on your and make sure you just have to. They have to lay eyes on you or whatever. And I'm like, I get it, respect, because it's serious medication.
Yeah.
People abuse it. I'm not one of them.
You actually really do have ADHD.
I really do. It's
You
so
have a lot of
real.
it. You have ADHD. You have had it. It's been a thing.
It's in my toes.
What?
To my nose.
Head to toe. Yes.
Anyways, and so he's like, I mean, you were diagnosed as a kid and been diagnosed as an adult as well, because I had to do that. He's like, I don't mind filling it for you. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me right now. That is way too easy. Like, thank you. He's like, he takes it serious. And I was like, oh my God. It felt so nice to be seen in that way. Like, because I feel like ADHD it's a real thing.
Yes.
But it can also, like, I can live without taking medication. I will not die.
Yeah.
I just suffer.
Yeah. You're just struggling.
It suffers in other parts of my life. So I got the medicine filled. It was on back order, by the way.
That's crazy.
Too many people with ADHD. Said doctor, like, ended up getting on my chart and be like, did you get your medicine okay? And I was like, it finally came through. And I was like, what a nice person. And then I've been taking it, and I'm telling you, I forgot, because it's been a few years since like 2 years since I've taken medicine. And I'm like, this is nice. I get shit done. I don't, like, look at this part of, like, this life I'm living and be like, I can't do that. Because if you look at a bigger picture, like, most people can, like, categorize what they need to get done for the day.
Yes.
Or the week or the month. And I look at it and I'm like, panic, hide.
Yeah.
So I haven't been doing that. I've been getting shit done, and I love it.
Congrats.
So anyways, to the ADHD people out there, I love you. Find
you some medicine if it's not on back order, and enjoy it.
Yeah.
If that's what you need to do, then do it. I don't know.
It's anyways.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got your meds.
Yeah. And we're gonna end with a very inspirational sign out. May you be blessed and be a blessing to others.
Don't be an asshole.
Bye.